mere thought of this blooming tower frightens the living daylights out of me. But anyway, there is a slight flaw. Well, there's not, because I've always planned this. But there is a slight flaw if you want to lower the mast. Because the problem is the falling derrick has weight, and unless there's some wind blowing in the right direction, the mast will just stay up all the time. So in my backpack here, I've got some heavy shock cord, which we're going to apply to the mast, which currently has a 20-meter Yagi hanging on it, down to a guide point here. And then when we release it slightly, there'll automatically be some tension in this direction, and the mast should come down. Now, one of the reasons I've built it the way I've done is that normally the wind is coming in this direction, which is the way that I want the tower to fall down. But it has to counteract the weight of the falling derrick, right? And it's called a falling derrick, not a gin pole, because a gin pole is the thing that slides up the side of a tower that they use to make and put up all the tower sections. Over the last, 40 or 50 years, people have started to call a falling derrick a gin pole. I don't care what you call it, it's what it does, it's what counts. So let's get on with the job. So I got in touch with Marlow Ropes a while ago. They sent me some shock cord, big heavy stuff. I haven't got a single long length, so what we'll do is I'll attach a bit of paracord at one end and a bit of paracord at the other. I was gonna doing this, let me think about it. I should do this with what I call a kite knot, which is just like that, look, and we should be able to pull on it. So, but we will put that as high as we can to give it as much purchase as we can. Oh, the clouds are moving, that frightened me and I pulled it. Never mind. I've put another kite knot thing there, look. Then we can attach this one permanently as well. Attach my kite. That just gives me, that's got some stretch, and that does 200%. So we can now put another kite end on here, and then we can put a little sort of manual pulley. Now I need to work out, without pulling the blooming mast right over, I can put a little butterfly here. And it's going to be my pulley there. Then let's think about this. We just come round. I want to go round there, don't I? Back to my pulley. I need to put this up as high as I dare, well, as high as I can reach, because I'm a short ass. Up you go. Another few inches, lovely. So I'm pulling on this now, the whole thing to come tight. Very difficult to judge how much tension that is. And is it enough to assist pulling the pole over? Well, that's maximum. Do I just risk it with one of these? I think so. That's not going to come out. Right. So these are under quite a lot of tension now. But look at the pole. I might be able to detect a slight bend. I can detect very slight bend. It was never designed to have this pole permanently in place, so we can take that out. Right, so I am thinking one day make a little saddle for this, so as the mast comes over it rests on here, which would be quite nice. Okay, falling derrick, which I keep over here on these hooks. And then I keep the whole pulley system under tension permanently here with all the appropriate sidelines and everything. So this is the first time I've taken this down, remember, since we put it up. So it could be an interesting little project. Now, I put a temporary cleat here so we could, say, so that doesn't do anything apart from it's rusting really quickly, actually. So we need to bring the pulley back to kind of normality by, let me think about this, hooking that onto something and putting it all in. Lovely. Find the other end of this, which is also connected. And walk away. Yes, Edgar and John coming. Big roots they've obviously dug out of somewhere. Okay, so the other job I did is that at the end of the lower guy and the next guy, I put shackles. So what I can do is lift up the falling derrick and gently connect this to the shackles. There's one fly in the ointment here, which is the angle of the guy here is slightly different before it connects to here. In the future I might want to extend the falling derrick very slightly so it'd be really easy with some adjusters and tensioners and stuff to attach the falling derrick to the guys without any kind of loss of or shock to the system, with the potential for it to go over. But right now, since we're just prototyping everything, I don't care. I'll just get some rope and we'll sort this out. And now they're coming back. See the problem now? I've attached these lines and they've got to go to here. You see they're the wrong angle. Oh, put them down there. But I mean, we can make do for the time being. Yeah, the falling derrick is falling out of its receptacle. So we'll need to tighten that up. So you see the mess here. As soon as I disconnect these main guy lines, the falling derrick is going to have to take up the slack. But that's okay because we can kind of manually push it down. I need to go to the workshop now to get the Allen key to stop this falling out, and I'll also get an adjuster and we'll tighten that up. I've been concentrating, so I haven't been filming. It's too blooming dangerous. But what I have done is I got the Allen key out. Are you still there? And I'm just going to nip these up a tiny bit. Even if this moves, it doesn't actually matter. It's because it can't go very far. I mean, it could undo, but I mean, it's not going to, is it? There, watch. So when we come to swivel this over, to remember to undo these slightly. We've got the falling derrick sidelines on. Okay, so if you remember, they go all the way down to the number 2 and 4 guy points, if you like. I like these on snap hooks because there's a little bit of stretch in this rope and I can just get that on, and they're under the same tension because if I look down the pole I am actually in line with the other guy point by an inch or so on. I've got the pulley ready here and I've got the line backed up inside out. In other words, as I pull that up, it'll all release, which is fine. There's one bit of this whole jigsaw puzzle that I don't like, because the last time we did this, is this falling derrick we never took off. But my plan on this one was to be able to take it off. So this needs to be longer by about, if you think about it, about 3 feet, so that I can easily disconnect the main wires and hook it on to the falling derrick. Because when I undo all this, which, he's on a shackle actually, but it's under tension, there's no way of getting these off without literally undoing the knot and then re-tensioning it all. But anyway, that's strapped on to the top of here. I'm going to lock you off now, Mr. Camera, so I can just concentrate and see if we can drop this down. The wind is coming in the wrong direction. Just before we drop this down, in the old, I'll start again. We had originally a crossbar on the old prototype from here going up to the mast, so that when we're at the other end of the falling derrick and we apply tension upwards, that pushed on the crossbar, if you like, and forced the whole mast over. I'm just hoping I've got enough tension with this massive shock cord here to bring the mast down, otherwise it'll just sit up there on 3 guys waiting for a gust of wind, you know. 3, 2, 1, drone. It's just scary, man. I can't say how scary it is. I mean, it's so scary that this camera I recorded the whole thing on. You're facing the wrong way. And it's because with a bigger system than this, I had an accident. I didn't cause it. I'm a bit annoyed. What actually happened is that the falling derrick was connected with that little cross member. And we got all 80 foot up, and my mate said, well, we can take it down then. And he just went like that. He just pushed it about 30 centimetres, about 1 foot. And that was enough to put a great, huge shock through the system, which then buckled everything. To be honest, I've never actually worked out what happened, because you're in such a state of shock, you just run, right? Because you've got, a lot of stuff coming down. Right, now I'm too accurate, right? Look, the whole system is so accurate that it wanted to come down. I had to force it over to one side. I mean, that's okay, all right? Because, as I said earlier, I want to put a little saddle here anyway. Although thinking about that would bring that end quite high. But it doesn't matter, we've got the bloody thing down, that's the important thing. I've been so frightened the last hour because I've been procrastinating. I can't believe I got this down in one piece. It's that I forgot why I'm taking it down. It's to add a 3rd set of guys. So there's a right bloody set of hassle I've got to go through. I don't know if I've got it in me today. But one little job I'm interested in doing, I'm going to get the angle grinder out and I'm going to carve a slot about 120mm, 6 inches. By nearly 1 inch wide, and that's where we're going to feed, because that'll be easy to do. I just need a pilot hole each end, probably a step drill, because I want to get up to maybe 20 just under an inch each side, and then just mark it and cut it with the angle grinder, and that'll give me the slot. We need to pad it with some sort of gasket material, and then a big loop of wire, you know, for cables. We've got Ethernet going up there. There'll be probably 2 coax cables, a couple of odds and ends. So the bit I need to think about, we can drop the falling derrick down now actually, but the bit I need to think about is when we reconnect this. It wasn't actually too bad. I thought there might have been more of a shock. There was a mistake though. I don't know if you noticed. The middle guy, guy number 1, was too loose. But that was too loose because of the way I connected it up here. So I just need a more reliable method with some clips and stuff, and I think having a longer, I've forgotten the word, longer falling derrick, and so the falling derrick literally comes really close to here. So bring the falling derrick literally to there, and or even below, you know. So in other words, when I disconnect from there onto the falling derrick, I don't want any change of tension. There we are. That's what I'm trying to do. I'll get there in the end. It's just thinking about it. Just a matter of thinking. And I got my bloody knickers in this, so I couldn't remember how the pulley worked. I just lost all sense of proportion and what the hell I was doing. So I'm going to go inside now, charge the camera up, and I will review if I'm doing any more tonight, because I'm just terrified. You wouldn't believe it. I think it's because I just had this, a previous experience. I mean, it's down on the ground now. You can see the curve, look. In fairness, that curve is because of the chair, look. So we could pull this up, move the chair along. Maybe I'll do that. Just that, and only that. So we'll do some rope work when the falling derrick's down tomorrow, so that when it goes up, it's got the correct tension all the way, because this one here, this middle one, is too long. But thinking about all the guys have got to come off anyway, and we've got to move everything. Right, and we've also got to put another one of these further down. I've got to tape measure out and stuff. I just don't have it in me today, But anyway, it came down successfully and pretty easily. Sorry if I'm going on a bit, but this is quite shocking for me. 3, 2, 1, drone.